Basically, we have the power to layer any sort of virtual objects or spaces over any website on the entire internet. So with Coke, we simply put up our own vending machine, and you can see it's not exactly a Coke can because we didn't want to infringe on their trademarks. But we put our own version of a soda can up there, and people can come there and start picking up sodas, and then they can use them wherever they go on the web. And the same thing applies to any website. We're putting stuff up now, like if you take us to blackflag.com, the pest control company, you'll see what we have there. It's a surprise. And
I can guess.
Yeah, well, and we have actually a roach motel there where you can collect roaches. And if you go to other sites, we are going to be layering on top of them content that relates to that site.
Okay, so just so I'm totally clear on this, you can do this without any permission from Coca-Cola?
Yes, as long as we don't infringe on their trademarks.
And that's because this is a plugin that just puts basically a layer over my my browser and just has content that is tied to the website that through the browser you know that I'm at.
Exactly. So as a user, you're installing on your computer the ability to layer this virtual world over that site. So that's your choice, and the website has no say in what you do.
Okay, so let me, I mean, in a sense, that means you don't need anything from a company like Coca-Cola, but you might want something from them. And so I'm wondering what types of revenue models you have in mind that would provide, win-win situations where Coca-Cola is happy to, in fact, they encourage you and pay you to put content on the layer over their site.
We have two things that brands can do with us. One is they can actually put out virtual goods on their site, and users will pick up those virtual goods when they come to the website. For example, if we did a deal with the Gap.com, they could put virtual clothing all over their site, different outfits. And if you go to the Gap.com, as you go through their online store, you can pick up virtual copies of each of their different outfits for your avatar. Then when you go back out, first of all, that drove traffic to the Gap.com, and it had the user go through all the different pages of the Gap.com to collect different items. And then the secondary effect of that is once a person dresses up in those outfits and goes back out onto other sites, other users will ask them where they got them. And that will in turn drive more traffic to the website. So that is our primary model. In addition to that, we are allowing brands, and especially entertainment companies, to not only put up outfits and clothing and avatars and creatures and toys that people can pick up, but we're also allowing them to embed games and virtual spaces on their site so that when other users come there, they actually hang out longer. So making their site into a smaller virtual world, sort of like a Second Life island, but that connects to all the other websites out there.
How confident are you that Coke or any other major intellectual property or trademark holder won't decide that naked avatars or various toys or whatever you put on their site are damaging their brand and take legal action to protect it? And I guess here I'd really say the brand more than anything else. So I guess this really is just putting a point on that question we were discussing earlier. Are you absolutely sure that you have total rights to put anything on anyone's website you wanted, even if it were intentionally derogatory or intentionally damaging to their brand?
Well, let me explain this. We're not actually putting it on their site. We are putting it on our virtual world, which just happens to be which the user is choosing to layer over the site. So if anybody goes to the Coke site, they won't see our virtual world unless they enter through Rocket On. So, and that choice is made on the client machine. It's not out there on the server. So each client is choosing that individually. So we don't see, and we've had our lawyers review this, any case for a brand, to have any sort of legal recourse or action against us. That said, our goal is not to antagonize brands. It's actually to work with them.
I wasn't proposing it as a business strategy.
So